the choice. Still a part of community. Therefore, I choose to lift my voice. As the male officer's hands went across my body, all I could wonder was, why me? I mean, I asked him, I begged and pleaded, in fact, for both of them to tell me, but my cries for answers fell on deaf ears. I felt violated, humiliated, and threatened for my life. The incident occurred last fall, but I can recall each detail as if it were yesterday. It was mid-morning, around 10 a.m. I was waiting for the bus near my home, heading for downtown. It was raining outside, so I took cover under an awning of a local business to escape being drenched. And that's when they saw me. The officers were driving their patrol car down the street. They pulled a U-turn in the middle of the road and approached me. At first, I didn't pay too much attention to them. I saw that they were walking in my direction. But I assumed that they were looking for someone or something else. I was wrong. The first officer began asking me where I was going. I answered and told them that I was headed downtown. The questions continued. They asked me what I was going to do when I got there. I continued to explain, but the more I answered, the more questions they asked. When I gave them my name, they walked back to their car to run my ID for warrants. But I began to wonder what was going on, and I was getting scared. I never experienced this type of interaction with an officer before. While they were at their car, I called my son because something wasn't quite feeling right. I didn't feel the officers had a right to question me like this. My son confirmed my suspicion and began telling me that if I wasn't being arrested, that I had a right to leave. I started walking away, and that's when things became horrific. The cops began yelling at me to stop. And before I had a chance to even turn back around, one of them reached out and forcibly grabbed me by my backpack. It completely took me by surprise. I couldn't understand how he could manhandle me this way. I thought to myself, this can't be right. What did I do wrong? I asked them, but received no response. I was terrified. Thoughts of what they might do to me were racing through my mind. I'm only 4'10", and both these officers were giants by comparison. As he was yanking me toward him, instinctively I pulled away from what I perceived was their threatening behavior. It caused them to get more physical. They forced me down on the ground and put me in some type of force hold. He pulled my arm above my head and put his knee deep into my back. It hurt so badly. I asked again why they were doing this. I pleaded to know. I told them that this was against my rights. And they responded, "Shut the fuck up, you black bitch. You have no fucking rights." completely at their mercy. I felt powerless. They handcuffed me and sat me in the back of their patrol car. Within minutes, the officers brought two white males to the car where I was being held to look at me. They peered in, shook their heads, and were taken away. The officers then told me I was free to leave. No apology, no explanation, just told to go home.